All right, Shalom. First thing and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, the great millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. It's the Akim Mahaloya coming back with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. World War III update. It says Israeli military braces for possible Trump-Iran strike in the final days of presidency, which will be a very strategic and pivotal move if Trump wants to remain president-elect of the United States, okay, which is known as a dictator. He will be officially declared the presiding president of the United States if he undergoes such an attack, such as attacking the Iranian government, okay, because that would declare a state of emergency, and this will be possibly the notion to kick off World War III, which will lead to the World War, which will lead to the War of Armageddon. But ultimately, we know before this can really happen that this microchip, okay, the microchip have to be promoted first. The microchip have to be pushed on a huge scale in order for this to really come to pass. So right now, like it tells you, I believe in the book of Jeremiah, if I'm not mistaken, you're going to have rumors. All right, that's going to go up from year to year about war. And this is none other than those rumors. All right, through the Spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because for the simple fact, we understand that prophecy has to happen in certain chronological order in order for it to all bring about the will of the Most High. All right, but nonetheless, this is a rumor of a war, because what if this does happen? This will set up a possible retaliatory strike from Russia, because we know, according to Ezekiel the 38th chapter, that Russia is backing Iran in these smaller hermit nations. All right. So anyway, it says here, the Israeli government has told the Israeli Defense Forces to be prepared for the possibility of the U.S. attacking Iran in the President Trump's final days in office. It says IXO reports a move that Trump aides have cautioned the president will likely lead to a rapid escalation of the conflict in the Middle East. All right, this shit will kick off World War III. That's why I said that this is basically a rumor of war, but nonetheless, this will happen eventually. All right, whether Trump is emboldened to make that move, you know, time will tell. But something is going to happen that's going to thrust the world into utter chaos. All right, in my opinion, this is going to be an economic collapse due to the other nations being bound by America's dollar, okay, which is the reserve currency in the world. But ultimately, this can go any way, you know. But it says the Israeli government's warning to the IDF is based on a hunch that weeks before President-elect Joe Biden takes office will be turbulent, not on information from the officious intelligence report or correspondence with the White House, according to the report. It says last week the New York Times reported Trump floated on the possibility of attacking Iran's uranium enrichment facility in Natanz during a meeting with senior advisors from the international inspectors, signaled that the country had increased its stockpile of nuclear material. It says that aides in which Vice President Mike Pence, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Acting Defense Secretary Christopher Miller, and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff General Mark Milley warned Trump that the decision could lead to a rapidly deteriorating fallout as he wraps up his presidency. But the meetings reportedly ended with officials concluding a missile strike inside Iran was not an option, but the House, or Hussein Degnan, an advisor to Iran's supreme leader, warned last week that American attack on Iran would ignite a full-fledged war in the Middle East. Shit, so that's World War III right there. So I'm guessing that this may not happen, all right, at least not during this time, because for the simple fact you understand that the mark of the beast have to be instituted first, okay? When the mark of the beast is instituted, then that gives this prophecy the green light to go ahead, which is why I don't think Trump will do it, but who knows, man? This man is very unpredictable. You know, who knows how the Lord will have it to go. And then again, you know, this can start off as all out, just a boots on the ground. It's going to be a war that's already just undergoing, you know, until the chip is passed, then it goes nuclear. Okay, because I say it like this: wars, or conventional wars, like the scriptures say, according to Isaiah the 9th chapter. Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. I don't want to butcher it. Isaiah 9 and 5. All right, it says, for every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this should be with burning and fuse of fire. Okay, so we used to fight war with buckler and shield in the ancient world. All right, and you can say that this is equivalent to the modern day boots on the ground. We're gonna invade the land. We're starting off with our rifles, with the AK-47s. Then we're gonna move up to our tactical bombs, and then we're gonna move to our RPGs. It can be a conventional war as such. Okay, I don't see it, which it won't go nuclear until after the mark of the beast is instituted in some way or form. All right, so let's just say if he does attack Iran, this will already escalate the World War III tension, so they will be in a full-fledged war. But it's not going to go nuclear until the chip is actually passed and people are chipped, because that's what the scriptures say. So, I mean, if he does do it, that don't mean it's going to go nuclear right away. Like, it ain't just going to go nuclear overnight. All right, it takes time. It's a build-up. It's a climax, okay? It's a build-up to these particular scenarios, all right? So if this does happen, like I said, it ain't nobody just gonna shoot off a nuclear bomb, okay? They may shoot off a couple of Moabs or a couple of tactical nukes or shit like that, but it won't be the end of America until this chip is passed. So that's one thing. But nonetheless, the war will go nuclear, okay? So anyway, going back to Isaiah 13th chapter and back to the article, because while we're focusing all on the CMAX, this is very important here, because this is going to be our catalyst as to getting the hell delivered out of this society, man. All right, so we're hoping that they hurry up and push this chip so this war can go nuclear, because at the end of the day, once that happens, I don't know how they're going to do it, or whether they're going to reinstate some type of draft. They may, we don't know. It's yet to be seen, but the American military is spread too thin in the first place. So they're going to have to reinstate some type of draft where they're going to have to take reserves and put them part of this particular platoon, because, I mean, they ain't got enough troops to win this war. It's not going to happen, especially when the other nations are going to come against them. And what's so debilitating to these devils is the fact that we're telling them what they going to do. They may listen to our videos and say, oh, man, that's a bunch of madness. Ain't nobody, yeah, right. It ain't going to go nuclear. But the prophets are telling you what you're going to do. And you're going to do it because the Most High is going to make you do it. But it says Pompeo visited Israel last week and became the highest ranking U.S. diplomat to visit a West Bank settlement. But during his visit, it says here, the Secretary of State discussed Iran, and his aides told reporters all options are on the table. So that means that it's possibly that we can strike them. Okay. But it says that's how many times larger Iran's uranium stockpile is then permitted under the Obama era Iran nuclear deal, according to reports from the International Atomic Energy Agency. It says Trump pulled out of the Iranian nuclear deal in 2018, but what to watch for is how Biden responds to the rapidly escalating conflict. It says Biden has said he wants to rejoin the Iran nuclear deal, but he will have a short window to do so when he takes office January 20, because the country is set to hold elections in June. So Forbes has reached out to Biden for transitions for his comments. So they got to move quick, man. I mean, let's just say if Trump kicks off escalation with these other countries, these other nations, and then all of a sudden, man, bam, here we go. So, hey, man, this is very volatile, man. It's, like I said in previous videos, this is a powder keg that's ready to implode within itself. Okay, matter of fact, let me look up that word, rumors. Move out the way. Because I know the scriptures, I think is in Jeremiah, like the 40th or 50th chapter, something to that magnitude. Oh, that's the spirit, because I actually had Jeremiah 49 on deck anyway. That's the spirit. I was actually in this chapter. But anyway, this is the book of Jeremiah 49 and 14. It says, I've heard a rumor from the Lord. Okay. And the rumor is these prophecies that we're publishing in the Lord's name. Okay. We're telling you what's going to happen before it's going to happen. It says, and an ambassador sent into the heathen, saying, gather ye together and come against her and rise up to the battle. And we all know what an ambassador is. Okay. It's basically a representation of a higher authority. Anyway, it says, for lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Okay, America, Esau, you despise among all nations. This is why people are trying to succeed from your dollar, because they know that is going to be the end of their sovereignty, so to speak. You know, and it says, "And the terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock," which proves that the Edomites are in power in this end time, not Japhet, like some of you guys like to propagate. Japhet is not in power. Okay, Japhet had a small, rather significant role in Bible prophecy. Okay, and none of it is alluding to him being in power at the end. So all you Japhetic Israelites out there that want to push that tyranny, that false doctrine, man, you really need to get on board with what's going on. All right, but you won't because you're too blinded. Anyway, it says that dwellers in the clefts of the rock, that's Esau, that holders the height of the hill, that thou should make thy nest as high as an eagle, and I will bring thee down from thence, says the Lord. And also Edom should be a desolation, and everyone that goeth by it should be astonished, and should hiss at the plagues thereof, as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighboring cities thereof, says the Lord. No man should abide there, and neither should a son of man dwell in it. Okay, so this is talking about America when it's destroyed ultimately. Okay, you got to understand that Edom is equated with the daughter of Babylon, which we know the daughter of Babylon, according to the Bible, is America. Okay, because this is Esau's dwelling place. He stole it from the Native American Indians and the Taino Indians and the Mexican Indians and made it his own. All right, this is why you have the holiday, which is called Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving, which is actually today. All right, I didn't think to do a lesson on it because we've covered it so many times to the point the Spirit didn't even have me to go into the whole history of a Thanksgiving. I mean, it's to the point you Jakes, man, you're just not going to get it. You know, but it says, "But behold, he should come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan, and against the habitation of strong. But I will suddenly make him run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me that I may appoint, who would appoint me at the time? And who is that shepherd that would stand before me?" Okay, so hey man, Yahweh Shemai Shai has a vengeance with this place, and hey, we're gonna witness it in this time, Lord's will. Next precept. This is the book of Jeremiah 51 and 46. It says, "Unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor that should be heard in the land." Okay, it says a rumor shall both come 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, and a ruler against her. Okay, so the 36 years that the apostles and elders have been pushing, even down to us that's been in here going on 10 years, etc., 5 years, these are rumors. All right, they're coming year after year. We always say that this can be the year. This can be the year. Lord, hasten the day. Lord, bring the destruction. Okay, and this is what we're hearing. But it says here, "Unless your heart faint and ye fear for the rumor," because some Jake's gonna get bugged out, man. Like, oh no, I can't get with that. You know, they're gonna see the missiles coming and lose faith instantly and get destroyed. You know, but when we see the missiles, our faith's supposed to increase, because as those missiles are being shot, you better believe them chariots gonna pop up. Cherry's gonna be right in the midst of it, man. It just if they come and get us or not, which Lord's will, we get up out of here, because you don't want to taste of that nuclear fire. All right, but it says here, the rumor that should be heard in the land. The land is America. It says a rumor should both come 1 year, all America is going to be destroyed. All right, and after that, in another year, should come a rumor and violence in the land, and ruler against ruler. Okay, so it's gonna come a time that these are going to be more than rumors. They're going to be facts. Okay, this is why I'm going into this article right here, because it's stating that Trump can possibly attack the Iranian government, alluding him a extended shift in office or extended term possibly. But knowing the scriptures, the mark of the beast prophecy has not been fulfilled yet. I'm not saying that they can go to war, but it's not going to go nuclear until this chip is already shot or already administered. And by then, you know, the economic collapse, which is going to be a domino effect into the mouths and eyes of these other nations, which will cause it to go nuclear, because for the simple fact, if you are messing with somebody's money supply, or you messing with their livelihoods and their ability to be sovereign in their own land, I would want to shoot missiles on your ass too. But ultimately, it's the Lord that's going to make them do it, because really nobody wants a nuclear war, period. Like, nobody's wanting to push the button, but the Most High is going to allow that. He's going to send the angels to put the spirit on these men to do so. And then you may just have an angel to shoot off the nuke, man. I believe that's in Jeremiah as well. Not saying an angel is going to literally press the buttons, but we understand that through the spirit, the Most High is working on the hearts of the men through the angelic forces. Okay. But it says here, and after that, another year should come a rumor and violence in the land, ruler against ruler. That's World War III. All right. And it says here, therefore, behold, the days come that I will do judgment upon the graven images of Babylon. Okay. That's your idols, your thanksgiving, all your BS and folly that you're involved in. It says, and our whole land shall be confounded, and all her slain shall fall in the midst of her. All right. I got one more precept here that's alluding to that, because it says violence should come to the land. But anyway, this is the book of Matthew 24, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's go down. Matthew 24 and 6. It says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. See, this is a rumor. Okay, it's a possibility, and it will happen. It's just out of season right now. Okay, like I said, in order for this to happen, or for it to go nuclear, as I should make the distinction, is that the RFID chip must be implemented. Okay, and they're on the cusp of doing that. That's why they're going so quick with this whole the CMAX thing. You know, they're speeding that up. Testing, they're trying to have people inoculated by spring next year, starting next month. So that's a 5, 6, 7 month process. And on top of that, they're talking about you're going to have Iranian elections in June. So whoever gets in office next, whether it be Biden or Trump, end up pulling the fast one, they're going to have to move quick. So this can come to pass as little as next year. All right. And that's a rumor. I'm not saying definitively it will, because I don't know. But through the spirit, this shit can happen in a matter of 6 months, man. It can. And I'm just telling y'all before somebody, oh, you said it's going to happen in 6 months. I didn't say that. I said I can. All right. Know how to extrapolate information and applying it to the proper cognitive, man. Okay. That's all you got to do. But it says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, but see that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers of places. These are all the beginning of sorrows. Okay, so hey, brothers, let's get this work in. And with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shai. And with that, shalom and a blah blah blah.